What is going on, IF Warriors? This is your boy Edward V, and today we're going to talk about if calories matter when intermittent fasting. Coming up. Okay, so this question has been thrown around a lot, and there is a big pushback with the calories in versus calories out team going against the intermittent fasting team. They're clashing, and it's like there's no coexisting. You're crazy if you think calories in versus calories out mean anything, and vice versa. For the calories in versus calories out people, they think you're crazy if intermittent fasting negates that. Now, I'm going to try my best to put it to rest, but of course, with something like this, it will always be something that people want to debate. So I'm gonna do my best, but let's see what happens. Now let's get to it right away. Does calories matter? The short answer is yes. Now I know I got a lot of backlash from my video where I talk about Dr. Jason Fung's explanation of calories in versus calories out not being effective. But you have to understand that, number one, that video was created as an open-ended question to you, the viewer. But number two, I proposed that question, or I proposed that welcoming of the debate, because we have to ask questions in and of ourselves. We have to be able to be in the most real world possible to know exactly if we're doing the right things to lose weight. And I truly care about you guys losing weight. I really do care, which is why I put so much time and effort into doing these videos, to engage you, to engage the audience, so that you guys could actually hear the information. But here's the thing that I've always said, is that calories in versus calories out is not the full story. You want to reallocate what calories are coming out of your body. So insulin sensitivity is super important. So you have to combine that information. You have to know that calories in versus calories out matters. You have to know that. You have to understand it and know that, because it is very dangerous when you look at this and think that it doesn't matter, because it does. But then you want to optimize body fat loss. And the way body fat actually comes out of your body is when your insulin is sensitive. When you have your insulin sensitivity, your insulin is down. Whenever you consume food, depending on how much food you consume or what have you, but when you consume food, no matter what, even if it's a little bit, it'll raise your insulin a little bit. If it's a lot, it'll raise your insulin a lot. And your insulin starts to come down slowly. So if you eat a lot of food very quickly, high carbs or what have you, if there's a lot of sugar in there, your insulin will skyrocket up. It will go up very quickly. And unfortunately, it doesn't go down as quickly as it goes up. And this is because your body has created a system, an evolutionary system, in where it decided, hey, we need to go up fast because we need to store body fat as quickly as possible, because this man may starve to death if he doesn't eat another meal for a month and a half. Why? Because back in the days, that was a true possibility. So it was quick to go up, but then think about it. In the reverse spectrum, it's also saying, well, I can't just let all this body fat that I store go as fast as I took it in, so let's go down very slowly. So it'll go down very slow. And a lot of times, if you're not fasting, which some people, or actually a lot of people do, they don't do intermittent fasting because of all the stigmas and everything that is ridiculous. But if you don't fast and it's going down and it's going down and it's going down, and you eat every 3 hours, so you're about to eat right now, boom, it goes right back up. and it goes down and it goes down, and 3 hours hit and boom, it goes right back up. And understand that when your insulin drops to base level or below, when your insulin drops, that's when you actually activate the fat storage, the storage of the fat, and release that. Now, it's not going to release anything if you're at a caloric abundance. If you're at a surplus, your body doesn't need to release. It's going to keep all of that in because there's nothing for it to actually give out. It actually is at a surplus. So you've overset the amount of calories that you needed, so your body doesn't have to release calories. Intermittent fasting, because intermittent fasting increases insulin sensitivity and is actually one of the most insulin sensitizers that is out there that you can do naturally. Intermittent fasting is one of the best ones known to man, hands down. All the research proves it. But if your calories are not controlled in terms of being at a deficit, you will not lose weight. And trust me, I've done just intermittent fasting and like not focused on any type of I've like tried to overeat as much as possible, and I didn't see a shift. The only time I saw a shift is when I knew that I was at a caloric deficit. Now, after a while, it becomes easy to be at a caloric deficit by eyeballing. But when you just start and you want to make sure you're at a caloric deficit, or if you're struggling with weight loss, you want to still make sure that you're at a caloric deficit, then I recommend that you count your calories. But understand that intermittent fasting allows the calorie loss to come predominantly from body fat, because you have glycogen that carries calories, you have muscles that carry calories. So those things can decide, hey, we're going to take some from here, we're going to take some from there, and we'll take some from your body fat. But let's grab more muscle, or let's grab more of the glycogen. You want body fat to be lost. That's what you want. Like I said, you don't want to lose weight. You want to lose body fat. So if you want body fat to be lost, then create the scenario, create the platform, create the box for body fat to be lost. And the only way to do that is with intermittent fasting. But the only way that even happens is if your calories are at a deficit. So they have to coexist. This is not the be-all, end-all. Calories in versus calories out is not the be-all, end-all. But if this doesn't exist, then this part doesn't matter. But if this doesn't exist, then you're actually not targeting your body fat efficiently. So intermittent fasting creates that system where you target it efficiently, you protect the muscles much more because of that. And then on top of that, your human growth hormone increases, so you elevate the protection of your muscles even more, because you're in that fight or flight mode, and your body needs to protect itself from the elements, fighting, surviving, scratching, clawing, moving out the way, carrying, things that they had to do in the past. Your body has now created that system, that evolutionary system. But we unfortunately live in a society where we don't need to do that. So we have to go ahead and hack the system. We have to hack what we have in our own bodies and bring it to life. And the only way you do that is by actually creating the scenarios that they had in the past. Work out. If you go to the gym and you work out, you start to simulate having to lift heavy, exert a lot of energy, move around, pick things up that are heavy, cross, push and pull and all that stuff. You do resistance things. That simulates that scenario. And then when you don't eat, that simulates the scenario of not being able to find food. And then when you finally do eat, that simulates the scenario of feasting. And when you don't eat again, that reactivates the whole thing. And there you go. You're simulating what happened in the past by utilizing intermittent fasting. So please, I know I was bashed like beyond belief for my Dr. Jason Fung controversial caloric restriction video. But number one, I love Dr. Jason Fung. That's number one. He's my favorite intermittent fasting doctor, person. Dr. Jason Fung is, and I've referenced him many times in the past. Number two, I never said that he was wrong. I simply said let's have the discussion, which is always important. Calorie restriction matters. However, intermittent fasting also matters, and it has to intertwine for you to have the most effective fat loss possible. Thank you for watching this video, guys. If you have any other questions to any other videos that I've had in the past, I'll have one here. My subscribe button will be down there. And of course, I have the Fledge Fitness jump rope you can buy, the speed rope that will help you burn 15 calories per minute. All you gotta do is click right here. It is that fast and that good. I will see you guys on Sunday. Peace out.